Yo, it's your boy, Sean Jaime, and I'm here to basically talk about how I remembered where I was so down bad. I had nothing, and I thought I was a complete failure. So, I remember when, it was my 17-year-old self. I thought about, owning a business. I didn't have the best skills when it comes to, money management and also like understanding like tax code or even anything like managing inventory or like people skills. And I think this builds like true authenticity where like I can speak to a camera and I think it's a real person. But I remember when, practically barely anyone believed in me. It was a very hard time. I was kind of shunned upon because a lot of people thought I was like an afterthought. A lot of people told me, not a lot of people, but like certain people, in my life were kind of like telling me that I wasn't really gonna go that far, and they're kind of being little, stupid people. But it's all good. We all need that. Um, and it was troubling. It was very troubling. I wish I had a better sense of open mindedness because recently, I've actually gone closer with myself and everything around me. I've attracted a lot of things that I never even thought about, attracting when it comes to like, people or like opportunities or even investments. It's cool. But I think like having a good, strong, moral code, strong ethics, strong virtues, that'll lead you to attract the things that you genuinely want in life. So don't cut off slack because, you need that. Like that slack, meaning that dead weight, it's there for a reason until you cut it off, but it makes you realize something in yourself that you needed to fix in that, moment. But the reason why I say I remember when is because it's a statement that testifies who you were in the past and now who you are now. A lot of people are so stuck in the past that they can't necessarily forgive themselves for a certain thing. Certain actions, basically, from the past, they can't set the forefront that, okay, this has happened, I'm going to take responsibility, therefore, it's gone. Let that be. You shouldn't ponder upon it. My reputation may be, at consequence, but it shouldn't necessarily define who I am now. Especially for a man. I'm saying this from a man's perspective, not a woman's, because since I'm a man. But in our generation, we live in a very fucked up world. I can testify to that because I see how fucked up it is. And also, there's a lot of problems that, a lot of people face, even our struggles. I think when you see someone struggle so much, they don't necessarily talk about it because I think it's the insecurity that we all have. We're not really able to speak up for ourselves. But I'm telling someone this on this camera, I'm telling someone through the camera basically, I was once in that position where I felt hopelessness. I genuinely thought I wasn't going to make it out because it was a big rut. I had to climb out this big hole because I thought no one was going to save me because no one necessarily did. Not just physically, but like, no one's going to help you out in this world. You have yourself besides God. But if you testify to believe in everything that you do, God is always there with you. Not physically, but he is always there with you in that presence, in that moment. You shouldn't be down bad to, request some sort of help. You always had the help that you needed right in front of you. And I try to show that to the best at my cause. Because most people don't know how valuable some things are in that moment or presence. And they don't seek that value because they're so attained to something that there's a standard for something that they are made to believe in, but necessarily it isn't always the case. I think if you truly value something for what it is, it should be unconditional because when something's unconditional, you don't change it. You just let it be, and that's love. That's like true, authentic love. That's true, authentic purpose in this world. But that's how much knowledge I gained within the past like year, or actually no, 6 months. Like since last December, I've gained a lot of like insight about people and like understanding why people think a certain way in the psychology of like why people do certain things. a lot of people think that when they lose something, they try to degrade themselves for something that they feel like that they're worth, when honestly that shouldn't be the case. You should actually get better and deserve better. I think if you know your true value in this world, you should not go to other people asking like, hey, should I do this? No, you should do what you want to do. But obviously, if you're a good person, or if you believe that you are, you know, you find yourself and you find your good values in this world. So the whole purpose of this video is just to understand your past, that it doesn't necessarily define you. Your past is there for a reason. It's helped me grow as a person, and I've attracted a lot of good love, good like relationships as well with certain people. And also I found myself a little bit more, and I actually love myself a little bit more. I give myself some time to, you know, rethink and recuperate all my actions and my past thoughts, but it gave me so much insight that I live in this beautiful world. If I were to live in regret, then what's the point? I live to know that I'm worth knowing and I'm worth dying for something that's more than my cause. Meaning, I have a strong purpose. I have my ambitions there. You're not going to stop me. No one's going to stop me. And that's the mindset that someone should take or should have in order to make something happen in this world. Because a lot of things in this world, it's hard. It's hard to think that way, because we're so fixated on a mindset where not many people make something happen, quote unquote. Everybody has a beautiful thing called a brain and free will. I truly believe if you really love something, that doesn't matter who or what told you something. Even if it's your dad or mom, even if it's your best friend, even if it's your younger sister or older brother, doesn't matter who. If you set out something to go far and you don't accomplish it the first time, what's stopping you? I think the human race is based on consistency and hard work and dedication to something. Basically, our whole race is about not giving up. When you give up, you're a quitter. You're not going to get that same amount of respect for not just yourself, but amongst your whole entire other peers. That's why being a leader, you know, having those type of qualities makes you attractive to, you know, a lot of people, because you know what you want in life. But last thing, just believe in yourself and go out there and show the world why you're a boss.